Good morning. Let's start the session. Is my voice audible? If okay, guys, let me explain about who is Best Enlist, etc. So, Best Enlist is an organization which is related to EdTech startup. Last month, we conducted an Python bootcamp where 120 people from 8 countries, Kenya, Switzerland, Scotland, peoples participated. From 0 years to 18 years experience, people participated in that event, and we completed the Python bootcamp successfully by giving everyday task. Okay, so there is a lot of difference between a bootcamp and training institute program. In training institute program, they will teach you daily, and you might execute the task or you might not implement it. Okay, in boot camp it is entirely different, where we explain one concept on a week and then remaining days will give task to you. You have to sit and explore at least 60 minutes in a day so that you are able to complete the task. So every day we will post the task in Telegram group. You have to complete the task and you have to share your GitHub link to our resource person who will be reviewing the code. Okay, so Best Enlist have done many placements for the students who are looking for job. So the advantages of learning Angular JS is, see, we conducted Python program and there is an online Python's internship is going on where 300 plus people are participating. But Angular JS, the strength is less. The reason is most of them doesn't know what is the benefit of Angular JS. Okay, so everybody is running towards the Python because market, everybody knows, in market everybody knows that Python is a famous programming language which can be used in for machine learning, data science, and everything. For Angular JS, or we can use for web development and other purposes. The competition will be less, and package also is good in Angular JS. So I appreciate you guys. You have taken for Angular JS development. Our resource person will explain you remaining things about AngularJS technically. He will guide you how to proceed for AngularJS development. Okay. So today is just an introduction session. He will explain basic things about AngularJS. From day two, that is from tomorrow, we'll be giving task. So what I suggest is like every day you have to spend 60 minutes compulsorily for executing that task. Upon completion of successfully 30 days, we provide an intern certificate as well as recommendation letter. Okay, similar way, if anybody is doing good, we'll move you to second level of internship where you will get stipend also. So keep actively participating with the daily task. The 60 minutes you can allocate on your own time. It can be morning or noon or in the evening or even in the late night, but try to complete the task on the same day. If you are not going to complete the task within the 3 days of time posting, the day one task means you have to complete at least 3 days before. It will be well and good if you are completing on the same day. Okay, if you are not going to complete, we'll remove you from the internship program. So keep participating actively. Okay, and Best Enlist is a team of people where more than 10 members have joined to give this kind of free opportunity to the students and job seekers. Myself, I have 10 years of experience in IT industry. My name is Madhi Aragan, and similarly there are people like Gokul who is working in Cisco, Karthik in TCS, and many people working in Amazon, in US and Singapore. Okay, so there are many people from different companies. What is the benefit of this one is you are learning from the IT industry people what is happening in the current industry and related to what is exactly required in the company. This will help you to complete a mini project at least within this 30 days. The success part of this 30 days will be when you are completing the mini project, so you will be able to implement because the task will be simpler and the task difficulties will grow day by day. The reason is first you'll start with the scratch. So every day we'll give some task, and by 30th day you'll be completing one mini project. So actively participate in it. Now the AngularJS resource person will start about what is AngularJS and he will start continuing about that one. Thank you guys.
Why we want to go for Angular, not any other framework? There are a lot of frameworks are there in the industry, and why we should go for Angular, and what is the importance of Angular? Before going that, and UI developers has a more demand, so you no need to worry about how about your features. And nowadays, for any site, any web application, like for any company, you need to have a application developer must UI developer must be needs. Then you'll have a more demand. And then why we want to go for the Angular is this Angular is supported by the Google team, and they have a large support team, and it is a very actively developing framework. For every 6 months, we'll get a new release with the new features. So we'll be competing with the other frameworks. And what are the features are available in other frameworks? Definitely we'll get in the Angular also. So there is no doubt in that. And why we should go for Angular is with one framework we can develop a website for mobile and desktop, and you no need to customize your code for for mobiles we need to do some styles, and for desktop sites we need to do some other style. You no need to do all those things. Angular will take care itself. And what are the Angular features, and we'll see it. So first thing is developing across all platforms. So once you develop it, it can be used either in the web application, either you can use a mobile. Even if you see in the mobile also, you will get a good feel like a application. Then the speed and performance is very good when you with the Angular. And there are lot of tools are available in the Angular. Like for Angular, there are lot of tools are there and lot of extensions are there, and freely you can get all those extensions and you can readily work with the Angular. And the another thing is whoever interested in the developing mobile apps using like Android or iOS, even still you can go with the Angular. You can learn Angular, and you just need to learn another just native script. So using these two, you can combine it and you can develop a either Android application or iOS application. So yeah, even it's not just for a web application, you can develop a Android or iOS. But in this course, we will not focus on the Android or iOS developing apps. Initially, we will be focusing on only web applications, how to develop a web application in industry standards. Like in each and every organization, we'll have a web application. Myself, I have been working with the Angular for last 4 years, and so and I will teach you how at least I will guide you how to use the Angular with the industry standards. Then we can go to the setup, and the setup is it is very simple. The prerequisites are you need to have a basic knowledge in the JavaScript and HTML and CSS. So this like Angular is nothing but a framework combining all these three together. So at least you should have a knowledge in these three technologies: JavaScript, HTML, CSS. If you are not aware of it, just please go through the W3 schools and just brush up yourself. So mainly we'll focusing on the Angular, and we cannot come from the scratch either JavaScript or HTML or CSS. So but we'll be giving the some minimum details, not the full details. So and we can see the how to like angular.io is the site where you can get the full how to start, how to install, and what is the simple application. Here I will show you how to start a new application also. But before that, we'll just go with the slides. And what are the main concepts in the Angular? So in Angular, we have first thing is components. So how we'll be developing a components, what is a component, what is the component life cycle, and how like if you go to any web application, any site, always there will be buttons, and when you are clicking it, so something will happen. That is nothing but your interaction with the sites and styles. For each for each company, you will have different styles, nothing but a color presentation, font styles, and font width, and all those, and like width of the panels, all those things comes under the styles. And sharing data between the components. So the main advantage of these components are once we develop it, we can use many times. So it is a main advantage. And templates and directives are the other concepts in the Angular, but we will teach you in detail in these sessions. But meanwhile, you can go through this concepts in the angular.io. It has a very brief description, and with the examples, it will help you. And how to create our first application, and we can use the, like once we install the Angular, and we can use the npm install for the installation. And for if you want to create a new application, we can use the ng for Angular and new application. We will see with the practical demo, so that I don't no need to worry about it. And so, and now just like how to set up it. Now I will go to the Angular dot. Just click on this URL. I will. So to get in start with the Angular, the best site you can use for is angular.io. So here you can get everything, each and every minor detail also they have covered it. And if you are fresher or if you're new to Angular, no problem. Just come here and you start with the getting started. If you don't have the environment ready with you, there is an online environment which is ready for everyone. They can come to here, and if they want to just try for some things, they can click on the this ready-made. Here the environment, like what is the Angular environment, will be ready with the examples here, and we can see the examples in the online. Even we can set it in the local also, but first I will try to show a simple application using the local environment. Then we can go to the these examples in the online if you want to change it here. Okay, so to first to get into the Angular, you need to install the Angular into your machine. So how to install? There are all documents are there here in the setup guide. If you go to the setup guide, you need to do the first. You need to download the Node.js. Just click on the this site where you can get the Node.js. So that let me. Okay, you can download it from here. Try to download the latest version, either 14 or 12 or 15, anything. Don't install the 10, it is the old version. Okay, and once you install the node, you can come here. And so once you are installing the node, if you type the npm node with the install, node will install the node package manager also by default. So you can in the command, just open your command prompt and type the npm install -g angular CLI. This is just Angular. We are installing the -g for global, means entire our system. We can use the Angular my any drive. I'm just opening command prompt. Okay, just type the commands. It will try to get the Angular library from the network, and it will copy these files into your machine. So it will first time, if you're not installing the Angular earlier, it will take at least 2 to 5 minutes to download it. Once it is downloaded, it will just say it Angular CLI is downloaded successfully. Then we can start with the next step. Okay, the next step is very simple. Now we need to create a application. Then only we can start the application. So to generate a new web application, it is very simple. For Angular new, we are going to start a new project here and give what is the project name we want to give. Suppose if you want to give any admin application, we can give admin app. Or if you want to give any specific name, you can give any name here. So the command is ng new and my app. It is still downloading. Okay, so it is done. Now we will create the ng new. It will ask you to add either routing feature is required or not. Just press yes, so that later we will see what is routing and those things. We can see that in the letter. Yeah, it will create a Angular application itself, and it will there will be a folder inside the where we are with the my app. So here you can see, right, my app, and just wait for 1 or 2 minutes, let it finish the Angular lab. Once done, we can see the how to run it also, we will see now. And you can also just do the same, and if you have the basic HTML knowledge, then you can start editing the those lines also in the code. So meanwhile, we can see, like, once it is created the application, and what are the next steps? We can just cd for just we are changing the driver, like our command prompt to inside the application what we have created. And once you move into there, we want to see the output of what we have created the project. So we can run our project using the ng, run our Angular application, and see in the port, configure port. So by default, it runs on the localhost 4200. So if you go to the URL, just localhost colon 4200, we can see the screen. Let us check. Yeah, still it is installing. So we can see this application in the first time, and this is just a HTML page, by default HTML page, and we can change this based on our needs. And meanwhile, we can go to the online environment where the already environment is ready. Let me show here. So once you create the project, you can see the structure, SRC, and inside the SRC is nothing but your source folder, and all the code will be inside the SRC here. And inside the SRC, we have app. This is directory, and assets. Assets is nothing but what are the images and what are the JSON files, what are the other files you are using for our application. All those things will be placed inside the assets. And environments is like whether it is we are going to use production environment or a dev environment. All those details can be defined here. And for each and every application, there will be one starting point. So that starting point is nothing but your index.html. So, and we'll cover all these details in the session when we are taking the first, but we'll just giving the over details. And we want to change these products to some other name. Okay, first let us go to the component. Okay, so here we are seeing products, and I'll just change it to my products. And so when we are just changing, you can see in the right side, same thing will happen with our local environment also. Yeah, and it is doing it. So what will that ng serve, what it will do is, whenever you are doing changes, it will try to listen for your changes in the code editor, and whenever you just save it, automatically it will refresh the HTML page. You don't need to just refresh it automatically. Environment ready, change it to my app, and command is ng serve open. So it will start our ng server. To starting it takes around some 30 seconds. Let it take. Right. Okay, it is compiled successfully, and you're right. Yeah, here you can see the host 4200. This is running based on our Angular application, what we have done here. So this is the output what we are getting, and this is the simple application which comes with the default, and we can change it whatever we want here. If you want to change anything here, we can change in our code. So if you want to develop the Angular code, first try to download the Visual Studio Code. study a code. It is free and open source. You can download it. This is the editor we'll be using when we are demoing it. So you can just download from here, and once you download it, it is easy. Just right click and open it. So you can see the same code in the your editor. Like this editor is nothing but if you are developing any Java application, you will be using an IDE called either Eclipse or JetBrains. So since we are developing Angular application, we will be using an IDE. This is a visual step. You can download it, and once you download it, just go to these extensions and Angular Essentials. This is a you will do only once when it's the first not you are setting all the required extensions for the developing environment. So you can see the Angular Essentials here and just install it. If you are not installed, then that's all, your environment is ready. And we can see the same online structure where we have seen SRC inside the SRC app, and all the components are there. And if you want to see the, so we want to just change something in the UI screen. Let us change some heading. What is there in the my application, either resource. Okay. I'm just changing sample resource. Click on save, and you can just go here and just check the site. Automatically it loaded, and if you see sample resources, so it is changed. So it is dynamic, and your environment will be very fast, and you can develop these things. But where you can start and from where you need to start is, I'll just explain. First, always go to angular.io site and first try yourself. Like there are steps here getting started. There is a try it here, and you just read it like before our sessions. Please read these steps and try to have a setup your environment. And if you face any environment setting up the environment problems, you can contact in the Telegram channel. Sure, we'll definitely help you out. So, and if you don't have some JavaScript knowledge or HTML knowledge, you no need to be in the uh, expert in these areas. Just have a knowledge and try to go to the W3 schools and just read all these things before come to our session, so that you will be you can understand everything when we are explaining it. Like if you don't have this the basic knowledge also, it is difficult, like what we are saying, and it will be difficult for you. And there is another TypeScript, but in the TypeScript we'll give you the overview on the, when we are starting a demo, we'll give you what is TypeScript and what is a class and those things. We'll give you a overview. Before that, it is always good to have a prior, you can study about this TypeScript here. And so before our session, I'm recommending you to go to tryout and try to read these things. And if you have any questions or any problems, you can always reach out to our team. So we'll help you out, and then we'll start with these concepts. And if you are still interested, if you want to learn Angular in deep, there is a Udemy course where you can read. We can view the Angular course. It is a very good course. Let me just show you what it is, so that if anybody interested candidates, you can just buy this and you can learn it. But so this is the course Angular complete, and make sure that the author is Maximilian. So it was a fantastic course, and I usually recommend for all my colleagues who are new to Angular developing environment. If you have watched this, definitely you will be a master in the Angular. So no need to worry about it. That's all for today, and I'm just handling my session to Karthik. You will take care.
Hello, guys. Thank you, Sudhakar, for giving a wonderful session regarding AngularJS. Guys, make use of this internship program. Okay, so whatever Mr. Sudhakar is going to give daily task, he will review your code also. So the other advantage of being in this internship program is he will make you to write coding standards which companies are looking. Anybody can write the code, but not everybody will be able to follow the coding standards. Okay, So the training institutes which they're going to teach you, they are not from the industry side. They'll be teaching you the logics, but they will not teach you the coding standards. Example, for calculating a values, you can write in 2 line or also you can write in 10 line also. But the most important factor is coding standards. That also will be covered in this internship program. So daily keep completing your task, and in Telegram group we have pinned a message where you have to upload your GitHub URL. Okay, so kindly upload your GitHub URL, and in Telegram group ensure you ask only your queries. Okay, no need any other discussions. So whatever the related to Angular JS doubts, you can ping in that groups. Mr. Sudhakar or some other will be clarifying your Angular JS doubts. If you stuck up with error, post your screenshot in the Telegram group, not the completed task. Post only error screenshots if you stuck up with some errors. Your buddies also might help you in resolving the errors. Whenever Sudhakar is free, he will help you in resolving that also. Okay, so keep participating actively. I wish success for all the members. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Any questions you have? If you have any questions, you can post it over here or in the Telegram
Yeah,
channel.
post in the chat session or raise hand. Mr. Karthik will unmute you. You can talk or post in the chat session. Okay, guys, we can wind up the session. Thank you. You can leave the meeting.